Hello and welcome to the first planned industrial city of independent India. We are here at Jamshedpur. This city over the past 3 decades have been producing icons who have been making nation's name at an international stage. Today, we have with us one such player from Jamshedpur FC. Every time you feel he's done and dusted, he bounces back like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Every time you feel that he will never ever play football back again, he bounces back like an unstoppable force. No injury or no setback could ever defy the resilience and courage of the comeback king of Indian football. We have with us none other than Ashutosh Mehta joining us for an exclusive interview with Khel Now. Hello Ashutosh, and it's such an honor to have you at the Khel Now.
Thank you for having me.
Ashutosh, it was back in September 2022. We remember reading a headline from one of the newspapers saying that Ashutosh Mehta banned for 2 years after failing a doping test. So, after 2 years, exactly after 2 years, today you are not just sitting beside us and also making a comeback, but also ensuring that you are literally scripting the narrative for your biggest comeback. So, Ashutosh, how could you take us audience, like a lot of things maybe happening behind the backs, like could you take us through those journey of how those 2 years have been for you, and how did you physically and mentally motivated yourself to make a comeback to the back of football?
Difficult, very difficult situation, not to be stable. Also not easy to put in the work when you're all by yourself, you're your own friend, you're your own enemy. Not easy to put in the work when no one is noticing you, no appreciation, no cameras around, absolutely not getting paid. You know, these 2 years were like 20 years for me, to be very honest. Time went by really slow. And I used to wake up in the morning, 6 o'clock. I get ready for my first session. I finish my first session. I come back home. I do my things. I read. I spend time with my family. Oh, and I see the watch, and I tell to myself, "Oh no, it's still not there." So time went by really slow. I had to fight with my mind every day, every hour, every minute, every second. Also, at the same time, this was very challenging for me. Also, at the same time, you have to look after your family as well, right? Because you cannot expect them to be as headstrong as you are.
Absolutely.
Because you have to make them believe that everything is gonna be okay. But you have to make them feel that it's just a dip in the story and everything is gonna be fine. Because they are emotional people. They get affected from what people say and what people think. Then you have to make them understand that no one's thinking about us, everyone is thinking about themselves because no one has so much time. But the good part was, okay, I was in a very dark place, but a place which made me realize what I am capable of. I have grown as a person, I have evolved as a person. I see things, मेरा देखने का नजरिया एकदम अलग हो गया है. And with that, what kept me motivated? If you have an opportunity to set an example to the next generation, I think you're very fortunate. For me, I took it as an opportunity to set an example to all the athletes,
Right, absolutely.
in India.
Absolutely.
And yes, wanted to set an example that you can come back. You can come back from anything and everything. If you want something as bad as you want to breathe,
Yes.
anything and everything is possible. I'm a living proof.
Absolutely. Right.
So yeah, difficult situation, but I also believe that everyone should hit rock bottom once in their lives. You grow, you learn so much about yourself. Yeah, that's about it.
So, do you think that Ashutosh Mehta, before the incident which took place 2 years ago, and the Ashutosh Mehta today are two completely different individuals?
I believe it's all mental, you know.
Yes.
It's all mental. I'm in a phase of my life. If God wakes me up tomorrow, I can handle anything that with Him. Tomorrow, if you take everything away from me,
Yes.
I'll walk away. I'll get everything back. And this is not on me, it's in me now. But this has changed, you know. And as I said, you can come back from anything and everything. It's all about your mindset.
So when it comes about mentality, so it was back in the match, the final group match against Indian Army match. So we were watching the match, and around there was a collision. So can you believe the destiny has never been easy on you. Like after coming back, making a return to the football pitch after 2 years, you suffered a very fatal injury that could have probably kept you out for almost 6 to 10 weeks, or maybe more than that. But we were almost thinking that who would be taking the right back position for us. But when we saw your name in the available list for the FC Goa match, we were quite shocked, we were quite astonished. Even we asked Khalid Jamil sir that how is it possible for a person to suffer such like the scenes of horrifying scenes of ambulance coming to the pitch, taking you. So how do you think mentality, like often players plays an important role for any Indian player or any young player? How much
As I said,
important?
it's all mental. 99% is what you think. Yeah, it's impossible. It's impossible to lose if you don't do it. This is what I have always believed. I have all my life I've been a hustler, and this is what I think. It's impossible to lose if you don't do it. Absolutely.
Ashutosh, you have also spent a good amount of time with Khalid Jamil sir. Like during a time at Mumbai, during a time at ISL, Northeast United FC, and again back to Jamshedpur FC. So when we look at your setup with Khalid Jamil sir, so what was your initial reaction when Khalid Jamil sir approached you to be part of the Jamshedpur setup? Like, and how has been your chemistry with him so far over these years? How is he as a person, which we do not know?
I think it's quite evident because everyone knows about it.
Yes.
And the best part about Khalid sir is there is so much to learn from him. And of course, he has had a big impact on my career on the pitch and off the pitch as well. And the best part, as I said, the best part about him is you will still learn from him.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. For example, his preparation before the game, his work ethic, his reading of the game, the way he hardly misses anything. Sometimes you feel that how did he even notice this? He hardly misses anything. So for me, it's an absolute honor to be still working under that. When I got approached, this time it was different, not compared to the previous times when he approached. This time it is different. Of course, he knows me since a very long time, but this time it was quite different because this time I had to come over here, give my fitness test, convince the coach, convince the management, because of course if I am the owner of the team, I would be thinking 10 times before signing a player who hasn't played for 2 years.
Absolutely.
And then again I had to prove myself in the Durand Cup, because being fit is one thing. Of course I completed all my fitness tests here, but being fit is one thing and being match fit is another thing. So I had to prove myself in the Durand Cup, and then I got a full depth of contract over here. So yeah, Khalid sir, I think he's 100% professional and we always do what's best for the team.
Absolutely. And is he as serious as he looks to be on the pitch and off the pitch?
When he's on the pitch, he means business for sure.
And off the pitch?
Off the pitch as well, I think he's so involved in football all the time. He's thinking about football. Okay. He wakes up early in the morning. He's in his office, doing the video session, analyzing the teams, analyzing his players, and thinking about the next strategies. He's always involved in football. Even off the pitch. Yeah. So when he's here, he means business.
Absolutely.
Ashutosh, another important question will be the fact that what we genuinely see in newspapers, how much do these are actually from the real incident that took place? Like, if you are comfortable enough to share some moments, what exactly happened to this? Like, was it a conspiracy? Was it debated? What exactly happened? Could you please share?
I don't know if it's the right time to speak about it, but I can assure you it's much more than what people see, what people hear, and what people read. It's my every person has their story. Every athlete has their own story. But I feel that I have a story which is quite interesting for a neutral, inspiring as well, and not ordinary. I don't want to open up about whatever happened or what not happened because I don't think it's the right time. But one day for sure I'll open up about it. Probably I can write a book on it because people have no idea what happened. People have zero idea because a lot of names involved, a lot of people involved. But anyway, I don't think it is the right time to talk. At the moment, I want to focus on the season, focus on the next match. But when the right time comes, definitely I'll speak.
Definitely, Ashutosh. So, can we expect a book very soon with the title Ashutosh Mehta, the comeback king of Indian football?
Yeah, if I see my journey, as I said, if I see my journey, it's quite interesting for a neutral, quite inspiring as well, and not ordinary. It is something. Of course, my career has not been like Chetribai or Sandesh Chingan or a good breed, but I think it is something which I can tell my children and grandchildren about the way everything went. It's quite interesting anyway.
Especially hailing from a land where there is actually not much craze of football. Like one of the interviews you told that you're from the land where there is diamonds, trade, and just money. So
yes.
So coming from that particular place and making sure that you're becoming one of the most famous footballers of India, how has been the journey so far?
Yeah, I mean, that's past now. I think it's important to पढ़ना पलटना अकॉर्डिंग किताब बननी हुई चाहिए.
बिल्कुल.
ये सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है. मैं कि वो तो हो गया, जो चीज़ होना था वो हो गया. बस पढ़ना पलटना है, किताब बन नहीं होने दूंगा. अभी तक आप लोगों को और 4-5 साल और झेलना है मुझे.
Absolutely.
ये बात याद रखना कि अभी और झेलना है.
We are quite sure that when a child grows old and he will look at it and he will say that this was my father. He actually made the biggest comeback of his life. I'm so proud to be his son or daughter. This is what has been a big inspiration for you.
Yeah, the day my child or whoever says this that I want to become like my father is the day I have won in life.
Absolutely nice. Absolutely. Yeah.
I think this is success for me.
Absolutely. Also the fact, Ashutosh, that at a time when you are actually, going through such difficult times, you hear such negativity all around you, rumors, absolute misinformation all around you, trolls, critics, comments from people. So how actually do you deal with all these things?
I think everybody can have their own opinion, and it's absolutely fine to have a opinion. But just because someone has a particular opinion about me, that doesn't mean I'll stop believing in myself. But I have to do what I have to do. I have to do what's needed. And most of them don't know what exactly happened, right? किसी को कुछ पता है ही नहीं, बस सब के assumptions रहते हैं कि ये हुआ रहेगा, लेकिन असली में क्या हुआ किसी को पता नहीं. And it is okay, as I said, लोग ट्रोल करेंगे, लोगों को जो बोलना है वो तो बोलेंगे ही, चाहे भले तुम अच्छा करो खराब करो, लोगों को बोलना है वो बोलेंगे वहीं का. बट इन द एंड तुम्हारा ओपिनियन तुम्हारे बारे में क्या है, ये मेरे लिए सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है.
So is there any specific reason why you are remaining silent over this particular moment? Like we could have just went on say, yeah, this has happened, but you tried to make it.
No, but my priorities were different, right? As I said, that there was this fire in my belly which was impossible to extinguish. I had no option B.
Absolutely.
Okay. My option B was to make my option A work.
Absolutely.
And my option A was to come back. That was the only thing in my head. And as I said, this thing kept me motivated. Be setting an example for the rest of the athletes across India. And everyone as well. So yeah, I took it as an opportunity, and I wanted to come back as bad as I wanted to. I think it was impossible. Trust me, it was impossible for me not to come back. Yes, it was impossible.
So, could you also shed lights on how was your family's reaction to this? Like, you tell that they are emotional, we absolutely understand.
Yeah.
But to the extent, despite all this.
Yeah, of course. As I said, they get affected when people say something about your loved ones. When people, उनको बहुत फर्क पड़ता है कि लोग क्या सोच रहे हैं. बट जैसे मैंने कहा ना, कोई आपके बारे में नहीं सोच रहा है, सब अपने बारे में सोच रहे हैं. तो आप ये सोचना बंद करो कि लोग तुम्हारे बारे में सोच रहे हैं. ठीक है. और आपको पता है ना ये वर्ल्ड कैसा है. बस लोग कैसे हैं, लोग 2 हफ्ता 3 हफ्ता याद रखेंगे, उसके बाद सब भूल जाएंगे.
Absolutely.
भले ही वो अच्छी चीज़ हो या बुरी चीज़ हो, लोग भूल जाएंगे.
Right, absolutely.
आपको जो करना है वो तो आपको करना ही है.
Absolutely.
आपका मूड साइड रख के, आपके इमोशन साइड रख के, जैसे भी आपको फील हो रहा है वो किसी को नहीं कहता है यू हैव टू डू व्हाट्स नीडेड. एंड आई थिंक then you have to make your loved ones understand that okay, you don't have to think so much, right? Okay, what people say and what people think is none of your business, and it is something that you cannot control, right? So it is useless to overthink about a certain situation.
The living example of the phrase that सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग. So that's been great. Yeah. Sir, और कुछ?
I know, Ashutosh, we have been seeing Jamshedpur FC as a team that has been labeled as a mid-table team most of the time. Like, we have hardly reached the semi-finals only once in our 7 to 8 years of span. But this time, after failing to make it to the next round of the Durand Cup, even we were being told like this is not a team that would go forward. But we proved it wrong. Like in our first match against Goa, we came back after conceding the first goal. We did it in the same vein against Mumbai. And we did it against East Bengal as well. So we have been winning 3 matches and we are currently sitting at the 3rd position. So what has been different in Jamshedpur this time around?
Before the last match, I told the boys before the whistle, I told the boys in the dressing room that the best player of the team, the most important player of the team, the most tactical player of the team, the most technical, the most skillful player of the team is the team. Right? As long as we play as a unit, I think it's going to be difficult for other teams to play against us. Right? Sometimes, it's important. This is what I have learned over these days. It is important to have a good team, that you have a good squad.
Absolutely. Very important.
So I think as long as we are one, as long as we are together, I think we can achieve success this season.
Absolutely. And do you think we could probably be one of the contenders for the ISL Shield as well?
In football, the most important game is the next game. You cannot be thinking about the end result because it is something which is not in your control.
Absolutely.
The most important game in football is the next game. So, Hyderabad is the most important game at the moment. It's very important to go step by step.
And Ashutosh, another point is like at a time when the Indian national team is going through a metamorphosis period, like there's been a change in the national team setup as well. So, like the current form which you are playing at, if you can put in the same intensity, don't you think we can very soon see Ashutosh Mehta's name in the national team list? What do you think of it?
Our optimal state doesn't come from thinking about the result. It comes from being in the moment, like one step, one breath, one heartbeat. You plan your actions today, and your actions create your future. The end result is ordinary. What is it my control? Is today. Is to win today, actually, by putting in the work. Okay, that is my job. And of course, the national team coach, Marcus, I think he is a top coach, a top person. He knows Indian football very well. He knows the Indian players very well. And I think it would be stupid if after coming this far, it would be stupid if I don't believe in myself, right? Absolutely. It's just the most important thing. I have to believe in myself, right? And keep working.
So your ambitions for the Indian national team is very much on, as I can see. Absolutely. Okay, so Ashutosh, what are some of the long-term goals and checklists which you'd like to take? What are your thoughts and points?
I don't think about the long-term goals. This is what I have done. I don't think, as I said, plan your actions today and your actions create your future. What you have in hand now is the on the quarter. Is today.
Absolutely. And Ashutosh, the fact of the matter is like when we look at the team and how it has been performing so very well and so far in the team. So like what has been your mantra that kept you so far? The mantra of life or the mantra of playing football. What has been the mantra that kept you so much?
I told you, right? What kept me motivated all this while there was this fire in my belly which was impossible to extinguish. And that was if you get an opportunity to set an example to the next generation and the coming generations, I think you're very fortunate. So I saw it as an opportunity to set an example. Yeah, also everyone gets this opportunity break. And I had this fire inside me which is impossible to extinguish. That kept me going, That kept me going. And as I said, if you want something as bad as you want to breathe, that'll be in trouble.
And do you have any
I'm a living
ambitions?
proof.
Absolutely, absolutely. Even we agree with very well. And do you have any ambitions for the upcoming transfer market which will be opening in January very soon?
I have not thought about anything. As I said,
Focus on the present.
focusing now, like putting in the work every day.
Awesome.
I think it's very important because जो तुम्हारे कंट्रोल में है नहीं उसके बारे में सोच के I think it's useless. Like you can only control the things which are in your control.
Absolutely.
And what is in my control is to put it down every single day.
So, your experience in playing in Indian football so far, like to all the upcoming generation of Indian footballers who are looking up to players like you. So, like, what do you think is the one most important quality that defines a young footballing player? And they should learn.
I think you only need two things in life. One is clarity in the way you want to go and unwavering commitment to get it first. That's everything else is secondary. This is what I did.
And could you also shed some light on the moments of like after going through that injury, like you were being admitted to the main hospital, Tata main hospital. So in just 2 weeks of time, what was so different?
No, I still remember when I had the collision and I was telling coach that coach do not change me because I want to play.
Okay.
Because that moment you don't understand, right? Because you are in that competitive mindset and you just want to give everything,
Right, absolutely.
for the team, And I told coach that I want to play. I told do not change me. I want to play. And I remember coach telling me that okay, you go and come. I'm not changing. Okay, this is what he said.
Right.
And then I watched the replay and I saw myself and it was not possible for me to continue because and then you don't know. Then you just want to give everything for the team.
Right.
And I've always been like this. I want to give my all when I'm on the pitch. Right. So I remember telling coach that do not change me. I still got it, but
I see what you mean. Another thing, one last question to you on a very funnier side of the moment is like, who has been your best friend in Jamshedpur FC so far?
all of them. I think, as I said, it's a very good group over here, group of players over here who are wanting to learn, wanting to improve, wanting to grow. And I think we have a really good group at the moment, and everyone is my best friend at the moment.
Absolutely. And any words for the fans? Because if you look at the fan support which we have been garnering so far, like around 20k, 25k fans, average attendance every single match, despite the puja attendance, despite any rainy season whatsoever. So any message for your fans? And we have been saying you're becoming a fan favorite. We have been visiting the nearby stalls, and they've been saying, I told one of my चाट वाला भैया that we have been going to take interview Ashutosh Mehta. He was like, उनको बोलना Mehta तो ढोकला ready है, and he was like, make him feel like home. So yeah,
No, it's
how is it for you?
it's firstly, thank you to everyone, to all the fans for their support. It means the world to us. With you and by our side, I think we can achieve great things together.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, Ashutosh, for sparing your most valuable time with us. I am really privileged enough to, because today I felt that I am not just talking to Ashutosh Mehta, the right back defender of Jamshedpur FC or former Indian national team, or I only felt that I am talking to Ashutosh Mehta, an inspiration, a beacon of inspiration for all of us, not just football players, but also for youngsters like us. We look up to players like you. We feel it's so much important for, sitting with a person who have literally been a live example of the fact that anything and everything is possible if you have the determination coming from such difficult times. So it has been my honor to take an interview with you. It has been more of an unfiltered conversation. Thank you for opening so very unfiltered manner. Thank you, and we are looking forward to making sure that Ashutosh Mehta scores his first goal for Jamshedpur FC as well. You're making all those overlapping runs. One goal. We're hoping very soon. The clean sheets are very important, but one goal hopefully.
So,
Thank you so much, Ashutosh. It has been a pleasure. Thank you.